Okay, now that we are back and we are refreshed, I think we can do this again. What about you folks? Okay, so I did quite a bit of grinding off screen, and I think this might be it right here. Yep. So here's the second boss. He uses two whips. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do the same thing. And as you can see, yeah. In this case, we're gonna whip him into submission. And that takes care of the second boss. And with that, we get our second clue. Of course, you know there are five labyrinths. What I just finished with was the second labyrinth, and that gives us our second clue. Now we have two more to get until we find where we're supposed to be going. So we're gonna go around here, switch from the whip to the gun, and the whip is just badass. So we're gonna light the path and go forward and see. That's another thing. I did a lot of gun grinding, and that's what the gun grinding gets me. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of money. But my gun is suffering. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to switch to whip. Whips make everything all better. Yeah, this is a good thing about the whip. See, when it's at its strongest, one kill. But as you can see, if you get a red whip downgrade, that's what happens. So I suggest, when playing this game, always keep your weapons at the best, and I do mean the best level. So we're gonna switch from gun to whip again. Leave here. And in this house, oh, gotta use the key, my bad. Then gives you missiles. So then gives you two items. It gives you invisible potions and missiles. I haven't gotten the potion nor the noose yet, so all in due time. All in due time. So here we go. We're going to switch over to the bulb. Boomy boom to the boomstick. Sun's off with his shameless self-promotions. Because even they gotta have a little loving every so often. Oh, by the way, I'm wondering if there is a ROM of Sunman around, because I have read about it, and it's supposed to be what it should have been called Superman 2. If it was any better than what Kimco did to Superman, my God. Because I prefer it being done by a company that knows music and movies. So, sun's off. Anyway, we're moving on. We're in the third we're in the third labyrinth, and I'm going to use a light bulb. No, we're not at there. No, what am I talking about? Ha ha ha. No, where we are is we're going towards the third labyrinth. We're taking the sewers once again. And this should lead us to the third labyrinth, which I am going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause for a bit after I do a little gun grinding. Which I'm going to do a little bit of gun grinding. But if not that, I'm just going to basically do this. Pause the game for a bit. And I'm going to go inside. Next we see each other. We're going to go inside and find, hunt, and destroy our next boss. So, stay tuned. Told you we'd be back. You thought I was lying. Ha 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 ha. Shame on you. Anyway. Now that I have the map to the next level, I'm gonna go in. And I'm going to go up this way. Take a left. Go this way. Turn this way. Go this way. Go up. Now I might be confusing myself, so. Some sauce sure has a way of confusing people, don't they? But I think this will lead me to where I need to be. Yep, there it is. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the whip and missiles. So, with this boss, what you do is when he lowers his guard, why am I using this? Anyway, what you're going to be doing is lock on and use your missiles. Oh yeah, about the missiles. You have to press A and B, and you have to press A and B in order just to get them out. So like this, A, B, and lock on. A, B, and lock on. Sadly though, when you use the missiles, they have a tendency to miss. So sadly, you can't really use. I mean, I'm trying my damnedest with the. I'm trying my damnedest. So what you're going to do is you're going to shoot the missiles, and goddamn, I hate these missiles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep hitting. Use my lock-on missiles. Like so. Because the lock-on missiles are the only way you can actually get this boss. So how many I have left? Okay, I have 8. Okay. Shoot and lock on. So what I'm going to do is shoot and lock on. That's the sad thing about the missiles, though. The missiles have a tendency to lock on something other than the boss or its target. So what I do is I wait. So like I said, the missiles, they're more like hit and miss. So therefore, you can't always rely on the missiles. But in order to defeat this boss, you need the missiles. Otherwise, I'm fresh out of missiles. Okay. So now that I pretty much weakened him, this is the alternate way. Lure him. Because he will... This is what I do. I lure him. This is the alternate way. When you lose the missiles, lure him. This way... By this way, you can hit the boss. Pain in the ass. And therefore, you have beaten the Minotaur boss. And with that, you now have the third part of... You now have the third part of your clue, which is, I suppose this might be the, part of the ship's, whatchamacallit? Its antenna, I believe. So you got the two sides and the antenna. So now, excuse me. So now that we've gotten 4 parts of the UFO ship, we're now going to take on getting the 4th part. So now our missiles are restocked. Our TNT is also restocked. Our keys are still okay. Bulbs are okay. And the vice grips are okay. Which I have to say, that's a great feature. When you're done with a boss, all your used weapons are instantly replenished. So I love that feature. I wish more games were like that these days. So, now that we've finished this boss, we're going to move on. And we're going to go to the 4th labyrinth. So we're going to select our boomy stick. No, we're not going to get the whip now. The whip is going to be for later. If I had the flame whip, it'd be over. It'd be over. But you have the leather, the chain, the morning star, and the flame. Or is it the flail? Anyway. Or is it a diamond pin? Anyway. When we come back, we shall take on the 4th... We shall take on the 4th labyrinth and beyond, thus leading us to, ultimately, the last labyrinth. So stay tuned, more Fester's Quest on the way.